If you've ever taken a studio art class in school, you may have learned how to draw a still life. Still life drawings are drawings of non living objects arranged in a specific way to create meaning or a visual effect. Common still life objects include things like flowers, fruits, vegetables, and other foods and beverages. Dead animals, like wild game and fish, can also be included in a still life drawing. Objects that were once alive can be included in a still life as long as they are dead in the picture. Still life artwork began to grow in popularity during the 1600s. Unfortunately, all types of still life art, especially drawings, were considered one of the lowest forms of art. Artists believed that still life subjects were less important than other types of drawings and paintings because they did not include images of people. Still life drawings can be created using a number of different mediums, including charcoals, colored or graphite pencils, and pastels. Artists often mix mediums to create different effects. In spite of its poor reputation, European artists began exploring still life drawing as a way to communicate messages to their viewers. During the 1600s and 1700s, still life drawings expressed celebration or mortality. Celebratory still life drawings included objects like food, wine, and anything else that showed how awesome life really was. By comparison, memento mori works were symbolic still life drawings that emphasized the short and tragic aspects of human life. They included morbid objects like skulls, hourglasses, and clocks, all signs that death is coming, and quickly. Still Life with Armor by Willem van Ast captures two elements that symbolize mortality, a skull and a suit of armor. Similar to memento mori drawings, vanitas drawings also grew in popularity. Vanitas combined elements of memento mori drawings, like skulls, with other objects to illustrate human selfishness. Like Willem van Ast's still life, Peter Steenwich created a similar effect for the viewer in his Vanitas still life with Gorget and Quiros. In addition to armor and a skull, he included a wilted flower, definitely a symbol of impending death. Early still life drawings were incredibly detailed, especially those drawn by Dutch masters like Willem van Ast and Peter Steenwich. Over time, still life drawings began to reflect a variety of contemporary artistic movements. For example, Vincent van Gogh's still life drawings, like plate with cutlery and a kettle, resembled many of his impressionistic paintings. At the beginning of the 20th century, images captured by modern artists, such as Natur Morta Portuguese by Robert Delaunay, were less precise and sought to capture the spirit of the objects. For example, this still life by Juan Gris is an example of a bodegon, a type of Spanish still life drawing. Still life drawings are drawings of non-living objects that first became popular during the 1600s. They were considered a lesser form of art compared to works that featured people. Early still life drawings communicated various meanings to the viewer, including celebration and death. Memento mori still life drawings included objects that represented mortality, like skulls or clocks, while vanitas combined symbols of death along with objects that represented the selfishness of mankind. Over time, still life drawings evolved to reflect contemporary art movements. For example, famous painter Vincent van Gogh's still life drawings resembled his impressionist paintings. During the early 1900s, Spanish still life drawings called bodegons became increasingly popular.